Good afternoon, Caroline. Welcome to this new episode of Afterwork Talking. We are so pleased to have you, and we want to thank you for accepting to grace our cover with your beautiful hands and holiday smile. Today we're going to talk about you, about your background, about your work, about your passion, about all these interesting things. But before we start, and not to forget about also beauty tips. So before we start, I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience. So who is Caroline Ekeh?
Okay, good afternoon, Suzanne. I'm so happy, honored, and humbled to be part of your program.
Mhm.
I'm Caroline Ekeh. I'm a Christian. I'm a happy mom and happy spouse. Beside that, I'm a legal professional. I've been in
Okay.
legal for 27 to 28 years now. Due
Wow.
to my background, because I'm a legal and tax, I had a legal and tax master degree in France
Okay.
27 years ago. Then I
Okay.
decided to come back to Cameroon because I've
Okay.
always believed that I had greater chances to have a beautiful career in my country and also maybe to
Okay.
contribute one way or another to the development of the country. So I
Okay.
came back and I started to work in an audit firm called Okala
Okay.
Handaya Associé. It's the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
for me to thank Jean-Pierre Okala. It was not always easy, but it was my real first boss, and I learned a lot working with
Mm-hmm.
him. Then I moved to Schlumberger, an oil field company, as legal and tax manager. I think that I spent something like 7 years in Schlumberger between Cameroon, West and South Africa, but also North Africa, Algeria, Tunisia, and Morocco. Then I moved to
Okay.
MTN Cameroon
Okay.
as senior manager
Okay.
contract, senior manager
Okay.
legal, then
Mm-hmm.
senior manager compliance and ethics. I
Mm-hmm.
left MTN. I went to Globelec as legal and tax director for 2 years. And since
Okay.
7 months, I think, I came back home, MTN, my home, the
Wow.
home of my heart, professionally speaking,
Wow.
and as general manager, commercial legal. So this is me. Talking about my
Mm-hmm.
passions, I'm really passionate about making bakeries, making pastries, cooking
Mm-hmm.
cakes, and kitchen, and
Wow. Okay.
yes, kitchen also.
Okay.
I'm
Mm.
passionate about my family. I'm
Oh,
really
wow.
passionate about my family. And
Okay.
as a person, I think I'm a positive and enthusiastic person. This my
Yes.
I like to laugh, I like to smile, and I like to bring energy
Uh-huh.
and positive attitude to other people
Yes.
around me. So this is me.
Yes, thank you so much for this introduction. And I can really relate to some of the things that you have said because I know you as a very joyous, very smiling person. And you kind of brighten the place when you come in. So that's what I like about you. So I want to
Thank you.
ask you, what led you or draw you to the legal field?
Okay, I think I came to the legal field by chance, really.
Okay,
When I went to the university, I wanted to be a journalist. And
okay.
one of the advice I received to enter a school of journalism that was in Lille, in France, in the time, it was
Mm-hmm.
better to enter to the school with a master degree. So the
Okay,
easiest part for me was to go to seek for a master degree in law. Okay.
okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
I started doing legal first year university, second year university. I didn't find it uninteresting. I was interested, and
Yeah. Uh-huh.
maybe my mind started to shift a little bit about this
Okay,
journalism things and legal and so on. And when
okay.
I came to the third year of university, I received a letter from
Mhm.
what was called at the time Magistère des droits des affaires et fiscalité, which was like
Okay.
school in
Mhm.
university, but it was the best in France at that time in terms of
Okay.
training tax people, tax
Okay.
professional, and tax professional. And I
Okay.
said, okay, opportunity, let's
Mm.
seize it. This journalism, you are not even sure that there is
Uh-huh.
an exam, you will have the
Oh,
exam. Here you have an
yeah.
avenue that is in front of you. Go
Mm-hmm.
there. And this is how I went there.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, it was interesting. So plans are good, but
Mm-hmm.
at times,
Mm.
opportunities are
Yeah.
also there, and we have
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
recognize
to
them and
seize
seize
them,
them.
yes, when they as they appear. So it's good to be kind
Exactly.
of flexible and open-minded in
Exactly.
order to
Exactly.
recognize these opportunities and take
Mm,
advantage of them.
mm.
And I also heard as you were talking to us about your different places that you worked at, that you went to different companies, including Schlumberger's, insurance, and other companies. You went to MTN, left, and came back. So I wanted to find out what brought you back. Although you already said that it's your heart, I'm sure you have the yellow blood running in your veins, but we want to know what was your motivation.
Okay, let's start with MTN is where I spent, I think, before coming back between 14 to 16
Okay,
years. This is
okay,
really, if you look at my career, is the place where
yeah,
I spent the maximum
most,
period of
yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
MTN is the place where I really understood that you can make friends,
Mm-hmm.
but real friends in a
Mm-hmm.
workplace. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is where I made some friends here that really
Mm-hmm.
became my very, very big friends. The
Wow.
company, there is a lot of energy, people are
Mm-hmm.
energetic, people are the
Mm-hmm.
innovation, things are
Mm-hmm.
moving. So the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I left is not because of all that. The reason why I left is it's really because in terms of opportunity
Mm-hmm.
it was starting to becoming kind of limited for me. Okay.
Okay.
And the
Mm-hmm.
way I left was really
Mm-hmm.
handshake, positive. My
Yeah.
farewell party was like a party more than a
Yeah.
farewell. And my boss at the time told me, I'm just borrowing you to the other
Uh-huh.
company. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
that you will be
You will
back.
come back. Okay.
And she said that like this. And
Uh-huh.
honestly, when the opportunity of general manager legal came, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, this is
That's
this is
for me.
that's for me. And
Okay.
the interview process was tough.
Mm-hmm.
I went through it, and thank God it was successful, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
exactly where I was supposed to be. And
Wow,
I'm exactly where
congratulations.
I have to be. Thank you very much,
Mhm,
Suzanne.
mhm. So this is to say that it's okay to leave a company and come back to work for it, depending on how you live. Because when you leave, you
Exactly.
always want to give a good testimony of, your contribution to the company
Mhm.
so that you can get back to it. I can also relate to it because in the course of my career, I had to leave one company and come back to it. And every time I came back, I was really welcomed and acclaimed. So it's not a bad thing. Instead,
And
it's a way to grow your career.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that maybe as an advice to the people that are listening, especially
Mm-hmm.
the young people,
Yes.
always endeavor to live in a very clean manner, because you don't know
Yes.
what the
Yes.
future will prepare for
Mm-hmm.
you. So do everything to live in the cleanest manner possible.
Yes. And I take it from you as also a legal advisor because sometimes, the splitting of an employee with an employer can be really like tight or,
Litigious, yeah,
conflictuous, and you don't
litigious,
want
yeah.
that. You want to
No,
don't want to leave that type of reputation behind you.
exactly.
So, and now we are in the middle of the festive season, holiday season is going on. We already had Christmas. So I wanted to know how important is that festive season to you? I heard that you like a family as a value. So how do you spend that with your family and what type of gift you like to offer them?
Okay, first, I think that everything about cooking, pastries is something that we are communicating to our kids. Okay, so
Yes.
everything about what we eat during the festive period, the dessert, we do it together,
Mm.
we choose it together, and we
Oh,
have a
wow.
very
Uh-huh.
big table with all kind of food. We don't eat half of what is on the table, but we like to really have lot of food for Christmas on the
Of
table.
food. Yeah.
So we spend a really
Mm.
close family Christmas lunch. It was
Mm-hmm.
nice. The food was
Mm-hmm.
good. Everybody was happy. The ones that
Mm-hmm.
received gifts were happy with their gifts. The ones that did not
Okay.
receive gifts were happy with the gift that we have, and to be able to celebrate
Uh-huh.
Christmas. This is not given to
Yeah.
everybody, right? So
Yes,
that's the
indeed.
way I think we try to communicate the love that we have for each other around this
Yes.
table, and just sharing something that is very personal and intimate to
Mm.
us as a family.
So as a baker, I know there is this very famous piece of bakery which is called the bûche. So did you
Yeah.
make one?
Yes, this year actually I made like what, five type of bush.
Wow.
Chocolate, of course,
Wow. Mm-hmm.
not
Coconut?
cocoa, coconut,
Coconut. Yeah.
yes, coconut, and I'm trying to incorporate our local ingredients.
Ingredients.
So I
Wow.
did a bush with coconut and bissap.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
nice. So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like ready. I would like
It
to
was
taste
like,
that one.
yeah, yeah, but bissap is, it's like blood. It's very
Yeah.
weird, but it's very
Yeah.
nice also. So,
Yeah. Yeah. For
and then
those
you
who do
have,
not call it bisap, it's like the hibiscus flower. It's like a more of a
exactly,
standard. Yeah. So when
exactly.
you're
So,
baking, you use your
yeah.
hands. You use your hands to drive. You use your hands to type. And I noticed that you have nice hands. So I wanted to know what is your tip for maintaining such beautiful hands and healthy looking hands?
Suzanne, maybe let me show my hands. There
Uh-huh.
is nothing,
Uh-huh.
no nail
Polish.
polish, no
Mhm.
nothing. It's
Okay.
really very natural. I wash my
Okay.
hands. I put
Mhm.
hand cream on my hands. I
Okay.
try to massage my hands.
Oh, that's a tip.
Um,
That's
I
a tip
think
right there because it helps with the blood circulation.
exactly blood
Yeah.
circulation. So I'm trying to.
Mhm.
I know, not,
Yeah.
yeah, just
So you're
do
more
little,
into the
little things.
pampering side than to embellishment.
Come
Like you
again.
like to pamper your hands more than you want to like embellish with nails or gels
Yeah,
or things. Yeah.
I prefer to pamper my hands
Yeah.
naturally,
Okay.
because I think I owe a lot to those hands,
Oh yeah,
they
definitely. You want to take good care of them. Oh, that's
so the
wonderful.
minimum for me is to take the little care that I can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, sometimes we forgot about those hands and they help us
Yeah,
so much.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
So now we are at the eve of the new year. Do you have any special plans or projects, things that are dear to your heart that you want to pursue in 2025?
Okay, 2025, let's first finish 2024. 2024 was an incredible year for
Yeah.
me. There were
Mhm.
so many good things in
Wow.
2024. I
We are
received
grateful.
my medal
Mhm.
award for 25 years of
Wow.
activities. I came back. Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Uh-huh.
I came back to MTN.
Yeah. Mm.
2024, also in 2023, I turned 50. So
Wow.
2024 was also the first year when I was coming to the fifth floor.
Yeah.
Okay,
50.
so
Welcome to the 50 Club. You look even
so
younger than ever.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
So, in terms of health, also, I think that I
Mm.
can thank God because I have a good health. My
Okay.
kids are doing good. My
Okay.
husband is doing good. I think that it
Mm.
was a very, very, very nice Yeah. I'm
Wow, a
even
lot to
asking
be
myself
thankful for.
if I want 2024 to finish because I don't know what 2025
Uh-huh.
will bring.
It can
It can
only be
only be better.
better.
It can only be better. But now, in terms of project,
Mm,
I did some.
mm,
How can I put it? I did some talks this
mm-hmm.
year to
Okay.
ladies, to young ladies, to
Mm,
entrepreneur ladies, and so on. And I had the feeling that maybe my experience was impactful. The
okay.
topics that I discuss with them can be
Yeah.
impactful for their lives. So
Okay.
maybe going more in this direction about
Okay.
coaching people,
Yeah.
accompanying people, and so on. That is something that I should maybe start doing more deliberately
Yes.
than just doing it like that as
Okay.
the occasion.
Especially because there is a need for it. There is a need for legal, for tax counsel advice. And sometimes you want to be able to relate to, or someone who can relate to your case, because it's very
Mm,
intimidating to begin with.
mm,
Everything
mm,
about law is very like, oh, how do I go about it? So I think it makes the profession more accessible when you
mm.
go with someone who takes it as a coaching or like consulting program. It's more like
Yeah,
accessible. You can more like
yeah,
approach to it without being
yeah.
intimidated.
Yeah, and it can even
So
go beyond the law and tax part. It can
yeah,
be on
yeah,
leadership. It can be on
yes,
you being a woman at work on your career. How do
yes.
you
How do you
deal with
behave
it?
yourself?
Do you be
Yeah.
and so
Mm.
on. So these are the kind of things I like topics like
Mm.
ethics.
Yeah.
Uh, these are the
Yes.
kind of where I think that I was approached by two or three young ladies
Mm.
association to be
Yeah.
part of some panels for discussions and so on. And I
Yeah.
think that these are the
Yeah.
kind of things that I really want
Yeah.
to start
Definitely.
doing
Mhm.
more
Yeah.
often, more often.
And you know
Yes.
what? I think also it's good for the younger professionals to see more seasoned professionals make it,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it shows that it's possible to do it
Yeah.
ethically.
Yeah.
That you can work
Yeah.
hard, you can be true to your values
Mm-hmm.
and remain
Mm-hmm.
authentic and still make it in the corporate world
Exactly.
and make your
Exactly.
career a successful career. I think
Exactly.
a lot of young women really need that.
Mm.
So to kind of come to a closure to our conversation, I want to ask you, how would someone reach you if they were interested in inviting you, for instance, to, are you on social medias? Where can you be reached?
I'm essentially on LinkedIn.
Okay. Mhm.
Not the
Okay.
other
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
the other
Mm-hmm.
social media. I had like bad experiences there, so I prefer to
Yes,
stay on
yeah. So yeah,
LinkedIn.
you prefer to
Yeah,
stick to the professional one. I
exactly,
agree with you, and I also relate to you, especially if you in that field. I think that's where your audience would be.
exactly,
So I want to
exactly.
thank you so much, Caroline, for
Thank you,
spending these few
Suzanne.
minutes with us, sharing your experience, sharing your tips. I noticed that I need to massage my hands more often because I really,
Massage your
yeah,
hands,
that's a
please.
good tip. And that it's okay to be open-minded about changing careers path, changing companies, so long as everywhere that you come, you leave an impact, you bring your own contribution to the building
Mhm.
of the growth of that company. So I just
Exactly.
want to give you an opportunity to say a last word before we close.
So a last word before we close. Maybe it's something that is dear to you, which is personal branding.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, we
Mhm.
talk a lot about personal branding, the way you
Yeah.
wear, the way you should behave, and so on. But to me, personal
Mhm.
branding is also your reputation at work and
Yes.
outside
Mhm.
the work. So I'm
Mhm.
very, I really want
Mhm.
to encourage people to build their reputation. Your reputation
Yes.
will be your first brand. Wherever
Yes,
you go,
definitely.
before you reach a place,
Mhm.
someone can just hear your name and say,
Yes, yes, yes.
because you left
Mm.
something
Yeah.
positive uh,
Yes.
on his mind. The other
Yes.
last thing I want to say
Yes,
Life
that's,
is difficult, but
yeah,
let's
yeah,
smile, let's be
uh-huh,
positive and keep
yes,
smiling.
yes.
Voila, that's it for
Thank
me,
you. And you
Suzanne.
know, there is this saying in English, if you smile at life, life will smile back at you.
Exactly.
So let's keep smiling. And so we say bye for now and we catch up again later on LinkedIn. Okay.
Thank you so much, Suzanne.
Thank
Take
you
care and
too.
all the best to your initiative.
Thank you. And the
Thank
same to
you.
you. All the best wishes for 2025. And we see
Same.
you next year
Thank you.
online.
Bye bye.
Bye.